Hey everyone, Kelly Weber with the Bergen Realty Team at Keller Williams today, here with Nick Kantor from Joe Cool's Heating and Air Conditioning. Nick, it is so nice to have you on. How are you?
I'm doing well today, Kelly. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking the time. I know how busy you are for meeting me. I just wanted to jump right into it. You are one of my um, the top three people that I use in this business because you're trustworthy, you're reliable, you have integrity. So let's just jump right into who is your ideal client and what do you do?
First, thank you, Kelly, for the compliments and, of course, the business. It's great working with you and your clients. And so, what we do is, an array of things, mostly service and installation, rather, service and repair of residential air conditioning and heating systems, anywhere from boiler radiant to hydronic air to central air to mini splits. But one of the things we specialize that separates us from the rest is that we can repair a lot, where a lot of other companies are looking to come in and find an excuse to replace. We're looking to help give you options, whether it's repair, which is usually the cheaper option, so that you're able to move on from an existing home onto your next dream
Yes.
home or upgraded home, or if you're looking to replace and get the system of your dreams working, where you have temperature control and zone control in every room.
Which is, I just want to stop you for 1 second. One of the reasons why I enjoy working with you so much because, you said replace or repair. Your first go-to is always, always to repair. You go out of your way to find ways to repair versus replace, where I find so many other people out there, the first thing they want to do is replace. So
Well, I
that's
think
amazing to me.
Yeah, I think the importance of being able to repair is to give the client the opportunity to understand what's happening in their system so they can make an educated decision whether they want to replace or repair. Because it gives more transparency to the experience, right? We didn't just come in and tell you, hey, it's broken, you need a new one. I can explain to you, or my text can explain to you the part that broke, how much the part cost, what the
Mhm.
repair cost would look like, what the timeline to get the part is. This way, you have an all-inclusive understanding of what you're dealing with, not just a straight up, here's a $20,000 repair replacement bill, and it is what it is.
Right.
Um, and it builds trust, and that's what we're looking to do here at Joe Cools, is build trust and have a lifetime relationship with our clients, where you can call us anytime, that we're going to be reliable and trustworthy and give you all of the options on the table, not just the one that's most profitable for us.
Absolutely. And you said it there too. What's most profitable for you? You always, I've never been to a call with you or spoken to a client or even a friend where they've said, "Oh my gosh, he's trying to upcharge me." I've never ever had that conversation. If anything, people are like, he always tries to find a solution that we can repair it and extend its life expectancy, I guess I want to say. And I think you're very honest about that as well. You're like, listen, we could pay whatever amount of money and, we can get you another 3 years out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the key here is we try to treat every customer like a family member, the way we would want our mothers or brothers or in-laws to be treated when a home service company walks in their door. You want honesty. You don't want somebody coming in looking around the house for how to sell something to their client. And that's, to us, the importance, and that's what builds that trust factor, and why we have such good repeat business and high return customer rates.
Which is amazing. So you mentioned a couple of things I want to point out. Obviously, everybody always wants central air. Everybody needs heat, but you also talk about those mini splits. You do that a lot as well, correct?
Ductless mini splits are probably the largest growing um, installation that we've been doing, because they were in Europe for the last 30 years. They just came to the United States maybe 15 to 20 years ago, but they didn't really catch traction till about 8 to 10 years ago. But now that everybody's been informed about heat pumps and ductless and how efficient everything is, And also the added benefit of having individual room zone control, meaning, you could have 3 bedrooms in a home and everyone could set their own temperature. It's really taken off, and it's something that's less cost effective and invasive than central air, and yet more efficient
Mm,
and or rather more cost effective, if I said that backwards,
yeah,
more cost effective.
active.
And it's really like the new trend. And also it works as supplemental heating and cooling as well. So if you have a central HVAC system, but it's not so balanced, you can add a mini split to the room that's off balance and help balance that out. So it's really a huge growth
Benefit.
market right now.
Well, I notice, again, being a realtor, notice that a lot of times the capes, you have the central air through the whole house, but it doesn't really get upstairs as well as it is on the first floor. And I find those are the homes that they're ideal to be put in.
Yeah, and you know what the biggest thing about those capes is? So a lot of people try to put a wall-mounted mini split in the capes, and it's very difficult with that tight roof pitch up at the
Yes.
top. So we have floor-mounted ducted mini splits, or I'm sorry,
Oh,
ductless mini splits. They look very similar to like an old-fashioned radiator, but there's no fins. It's just like a white suitcase-looking box. But it does the same thing as the wall-mounted, but they're on the floor. You put them in front of that window, and now you don't have this unit on the wall, and you don't have to lose that little corner of space
corn-
that you have.
that's amazing. I didn't even know that they made those. So that's awesome. So now you have even more options than the ones that you would put up on the walls.
Yeah, they're coming out with new stuff every year or two. They also have cassettes. We use more for office buildings. They fit in a 20 by 24 tile, but we also retrofit them into homes. They're a little bit nicer looking. If you don't want something on your wall or floor, you can recess them in the ceiling.
Oh, that's great. You know what I have noticed, and I don't know if a lot of times I walk into homes and they have the little tiny, they look like PVC. Um,
Yes.
that's like central air too, right?
Yeah, that's what's called a space pack. They're high velocity air conditioning systems. The problem with them is their repair costs are very expensive,
Gotcha.
and there's only 2 companies that make them. So they're, unfortunately, you're kind of at their beck and call when it comes to getting parts, and they're not readily available. So I'm not a big fan of them, but they're out there, and we work on them as well.
Okay. Well, listen, I love that I mean, you give options to people. Another big part of your business is your maintenance.
Yes.
I love that you do this.
So our new maintenance program called the Comfort Club this year is really great because we're giving out free Wi-Fi thermostats with the signing of the 1 year agreement. And it's affordable. We're not gouging people. There are companies that are $800-900 for a maintenance, and they don't do most of the things that we do for around $200 to $300. Depending on the type of system you have, our office can go over rates, but the most important thing is our new free Wi-Fi thermostats offer remote monitoring. And what that means is that your thermostat can alert us as the service company that you're having a problem. So we're able to schedule a repair service before you even wake up in the morning and realize your air conditioning or heating stopped working. So we're already on getting you on the schedule for a repair before you even know that the unit's broken. And I think that's going to really change the game for us and our client relationships. You also cool. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say absolutely, because listen, I'm gonna be the one waking up with no air conditioning and not being happy. And the fact that you could get to me before I even realize it is a game changer.
Yeah, and also the other added benefit that you get to have as a user is it's a Wi-Fi thermostat that you get to interact with every day, whether you want to change to a vacation mode on the fly, whether you're on vacation and you want to bump up the temperature, if you have somebody house sitting and they leave the thermostat on and you want to save energy and you want to turn it back down, you have all those features as well. So it's largely beneficial to you as the homeowner, but it's great for
Yeah.
us because it helps us with scheduling um, repairs and maintenance.
And it's also good for, I'm gonna admit this. for older people who tend to leave in the winter and
Yes.
you're able to manage the heating and, and again, know if something's wrong in your house while you're away for, 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I mean and the alerts are so vast that we can set. So, like for example, humidity alerts. If you have a water leak in your house, it'll alert us of a humidity change. So even if there's nothing wrong with the air conditioning or heating, you will still get the same alert I do that your humidity is going up. And generally speaking, in the winter, that's the opposite of what should be happening. So
Right.
it's an alert to have somebody go and check. So this is groundbreaking like technology in my industry that, we're able to offer. And I think I think it's a no brainer for anybody to take us up on the offer of having that free thermostat.
I'm almost thinking of flying you down to Florida and having you do that for my place down there. Be worth it.
I could use a vacation.
Yeah, well, listen, we'll have to talk about that. So, heating, air conditioning, thermostats, service plans. I can't say enough good things about you and your company. And also, we talked about, I'm going to start part of closing gifts, especially for people who have furnaces that are on the older side, or not even old, but just giving them a maintenance as a gift, because I think if you're not maintaining your home and the utilities in it, if you don't do it now, you're going to end up paying for it at the end. So take care of what you have. I think it's a great thing to do.
Absolutely. And to add to that, when a new homeowner closes on a home, one of the worst things that could happen is a big expense they didn't expect. So,
Right.
us taking care of the system for that first couple of years so they can recoup financially from that large down payment and, getting used to that new mortgage payment is huge. And also, maintaining a unit that may not have been maintenance. Now you have a lot
Mhm.
of,
Right.
I don't want to call it filth, but we'll call it, remnants of the, you know, previous homeowner that's caught up in the system. I mean, realistically, all the air that's in that house passes through that system. And so whoever was living there, they leave, remnants in there that would be nice to have out. So you have that fresh, new home feel.
Absolutely. Because if you think about it, how many people, have pets? How many people smoked, in the home? And, I mean, you don't hear of it that much today of people smoking in the house, but nonetheless, it's nice to go in and have that fresh, knowing that it's clean.
Yeah, and you know what, to add on that, so we offer another service for people who are moving into a house that was previously smoked in. We have an ozone treatment, which basically
Oh,
eradicates the odor of any cigarette smoke, even fire smoke.
wow.
Obviously, of course, pet odors and any kind of stenches that you just may not really want to move into. So it's a really cool service that I got into last year, and it's been working out really well. I've done a few treatments, and the results were flawless.
Amazing. Good. That's wonder. I'm asking this question only because I'm thinking about it as we're speaking. I don't even know that you do this, but what about any kind of duct cleaning?
Yes, we offer duct cleaning as well. So part of what got us into the ozone is we were doing duct cleanings, and we had cigarette odors that we had to remove. And cleaning the ducts, while it removes a lot of things like mold and pet odors and whatnot, um, tobacco nicotine odors are difficult. So that's why
Mhm.
we got the ozone machine to kind of emit the ozone, kill all the odors, kill all the bacteria, and then we remove it with the duct cleaning.
Oh, that's awesome. That's another great service we need to talk about more often because again, I'm one of those people. I don't want to be dealing with I'm okay with my own dirt. I don't want to deal with anybody else's dirt.
Yeah, and you would be absolutely astounded at how many people have mold in their ducts and units that they just don't know about because, it gives you the same symptoms as allergies. So, people just write it off as, oh, it's the pollen, but realistically, it's when you're running your air conditioning in the spring is what's giving you that allergic reaction. So, that's why we offer that service because it was something we identified time and time again, and we had to come up with a solution for it because. Um, we
You
can't
were
just
confronted with it.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Nick, it has been a pleasure speaking with you today, learning about all the different things that you do. I'm going to put your contact information in the thread, and I cannot highly recommend you enough. I see you twice a year, minimal, spring and the fall. And I look forward to getting the work done on my house. And if you are not reaching out to Nick, you're missing out. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope we can get you some business.
Of course, Kelly, anytime. Thank you, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Nick. You too. Have a great one.